Yeah, kiss it.
Yeah. Good guys whispering, we hear you loud. Move in the shadows, but you still stand proud. Ain't here for.
I gotta learn how to do that. That's crazy.
I see.
What up, y'all?
Yeah.
We have done the 8-week healing. We've started it, so we're on the second week for that. But we got something special for y'all. And I roped him in without using cookies. Y'all see that? Hey, Chuck.
Yeah.
We about to tell them something.
Who was about to tell him?
We about to tell them about 8 weeks of security training, which is going to lead to our major security session, which is going to be tiring for us.
I'm getting tired just thinking about it.
All right, y'all. So y'all gave me, you know how many security things they gave me? They gave me 526 security scenarios. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But there's one security scenario that I think that most of us need to understand what to really do. And which one is that? What's the biggest one everybody don't know what to do?
Can we say it? Yeah.
Yes, this is YouTube.
What, the mass?
The mass shootings. Now, there's a difference between training for a mass shooting, a mass incident, and a school incident. The difference is, in a mass incident, most of the time, the person or perpetrator does not know the said victims. In a school incident, the person or perpetrator knows the victims and what damage they're about to cause. In a mass incident, normally what they want to do is make a statement. In a school incident, they want to make revenge, basically. Now you're gonna say, Baby Whisper, how you come up with those statistics? It's quite easy. For us dealing with both, it's quite easy. But what's one of the biggest mass shootings that's happened in history? Do you know?
I know for schools it's Columbine, right?
For school? Actually, no.
Anymore, huh?
No, that's the crazy part.
Mm.
For schools, it's actually Parkland now.
Oh, wow.
But then Ugula had more victims than Parkland. Now, condolences to all the parents. I'm not talking about this for that reason. I'm talking about this so we can learn about safety. The biggest mass shooting that's happened today, there's actually 9 of them that contend with each other. That's sad. Here's the saddest part. The youngest person that's ever been unalived in mass shootings has been 18 months old.
Man, that's sad.
But why does this lesson matter?
Super sad.
What do you think? Why do you think this lesson matter? This isn't more about procedure. This is more about a conversation, which is great that I roped him in. Because as a grandparent, why do you think this conversation matters?
I mean, because first of all, people need to be prepared. If you're not aware, you can't prepare. So I think it matters because you got to be prepared, because you never know what's going to happen or when something's going to happen if it happens.
So we want you prepared, not paralyzed.
Right. You don't want fear making your decisions. So
I want to ask you this because it's funny because when we talk about when we're about to fight, he always tells me that you're always scared when you get into a fight.
yeah, if anything can happen in a fight.
But I want you to tell them what happens when that paralyzing fear becomes paralyzed and not prepared.
So it's like this. Fear can make you paralyzed quick because you will think of 100 different things to do that make sense to you at that time all at once.
Right.
And that's how you end up paralyzed,
Exactly.
or what they call petrified.
Yeah.
Because you have so many things going through your mind at once. and it's difficult for your brain to pick one.
So we want to teach you how to change your brain mechanism to react when it feels fear that paralyzes you. When you hear gunshots, people pause. When you hear gunshots, everyone pause, hit the floor. But we need to start training our minds when we hear gunshots to pause, look what direction they're coming from, and escape. And when you're escaping, please don't run in a straight line. Please run zigzag. And everybody keeps telling me that. Most of the FBI, the CIA, and the PDs got together, and every single police officer told the people to run in a straight line. That's just as bad as them telling your kids to stay in a circle in the middle of a classroom.
That's what you call a duck hunt.
What do they do when they go hunting? They beat the animal in a straight line.
Exactly.
What happens when you zigzag?
And they gotta keep set.
They gotta keep setting. Anybody who knows hunting knows how to train people to understand.
Especially if your zigzag is sporadic.
Especially if your zigzag is sporadic. So, here's the main objective. Okay. We're going to go through this very quickly because he's looking at me like, you didn't prepare me for this.
I mean, it's a good thing I know.
So, here's the main objective. How many of us can recognize danger when we see it? How many people you think can recognize danger when they see it? Just on top of your head. I don't have the statistics, so don't. No, I did not know that.
I'll say most people, because instinctively, I think most people recognize there's danger. Your body makes you recognize the danger, but you don't pay attention.
Do you know what it's called?
What?
That's called the inner clock. So we have 2 clocks. Well, us women have 3 clocks. We have the danger clock. We have the inner bell clock, which is the danger clock. You see a fire, you hear gunshots, you hear that's that one. Then when we have the panic clock, that when something happens and we don't have a clue what to do, we stop. And then we have the birth clock. So, guys, you have 4 clocks. It's confusion. We're talking about the inner clock. The inner clock, once you see something that you know can cause harm, you automatically react. Now, some of y'all reaction is stay still. We won't change that. We want you to react positively first, but I need you to stay calm. Now, many of y'all don't look at me and be like, who the hell gonna stay calm when you hear gunshots and your kids outside? Not a damn person. I ain't telling you that. What I'm telling you is, as soon as you hear gunshots and you're at a play park, teach them to pause. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Teach them to run. Teach them to look. Now you're going to be like, what they looking for, the gun? What I'm talking about is our acronyms. The reason why we have our acronyms, why are you laughing? The reason why we have our acronyms is because when you yell that word out, your kids are going to go automatically to the acronym when they're already in that alarm clock of danger.
Right.
And that is the goal, and that is my secret sauce.
Right.
Let me down here. So, this is the one thing that he loved to do, because he will go into somewhere and see 28 escape plans, and then be sitting there trying to figure out how to get the 26. Then he gonna fault at least 10 of them. So we gonna have an escape plan. Now I want you to do this because you like doing this. Because we walk into a place, we can go to a hotel and we're trying to do something, and this man right here will tell me the exits as we walk in the door. We used to call that the street man hustle.
I mean, it's an occupational habit.
Okay, but we needed a parental habit.
Yeah, I know, but what I was saying was I adapted it. So, you know what I'm saying? Because when you change lifestyles, a lot of things you don't really need no more. But there's a lot of things you always needed and didn't even know it. So,
but I want you to.
You have to adapt it. You always should know where your exits are. You always should know.
Let's do this. I want to do this. Ready? Let's say we walking into a hotel. The desk is on the right. On the left is where they can get coffee. In the back, looking straight ahead as you walk through the door, are 3 doors. One door leads to the pool, the other door leads to stairs, and one door leads to outside.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the desk is another door that leads outside, but there's a door beside it that's an office. And then we just came through a door.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the exit plans.
The exit plan? Like just in general?
In general.
In general, you got the door that's behind us.
Mm-hmm.
You got, depending on how depending on how important it is
Mm-hmm.
for you to leave and how fast you need to leave, you got
Mm-hmm.
the one right there behind the desk.
Mm-hmm.
And then ultimately, usually in the staircase, there's an exit door.
That's what I want him to do.
So
Now, you see what he just did? We've never been into, have we? I don't know. We've never been into a place like that. But you see, my scenario, he got extra
Sorta.
plans. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now, I'm going to throw this to Rich ahead. Now, let's say we got the grandbabies and the kids with us. Let's say that we hear gunshots coming from the 2nd floor. Which door are we going to tell the kids to go out of?
and we just came in.
We just came in.
We're going back out.
The same door we came out. We
Yeah.
came in. Why?
The quickest, easiest exit. We already seen everything coming that way, and we know that we could go back.
And then we hear gunshots on the 2nd floor. More than likely, the door by the pool, the 2nd floor, gonna be able to see the most of,
Or the one by the stairs or the elevator.
or the one by the stairs or the elevator. So the front door will be the most safest door that no one should be able to hit you as you go out.
Yeah, it's the largest exit, and
Y'all see
The
what we
closest.
doing? Y'all see what we doing? I'm gonna see if y'all can catch up to what we doing. Now, I want to tell some of y'all, because I had a lot of questions of parents that saying, we need to teach our kids how to hide efficiently. When there's a mass shooting, hiding efficiently is stupidity when you don't know where the perpetrator stands. Because if the perpetrator is up high, there's no hiding spaces. He's gonna hit anywhere where he believes somebody can be behind.
yeah.
Now, if the
Even if he's on level ground with where you are, he can't see.
He
so
can't
he's
see.
definitely frustrated now, and he ain't fitting to go around here and look under every one of these desks. He just gonna hit.
shoot through. Exactly.
And okay.
Now, what happens to perpetrators that are walking? How is hiding efficiently? Now, that's when hiding efficiently is okay, except if they have that full body armor on, that means they got piercing bullets.
Yeah, and not only that, again, hiding efficiently, and I mean, when there's a case like that, I would feel like you're waiting to be unalived. Like, I mean, honestly, get as quickly
To an exit.
and cautiously
An exit.
as you can to an exit is what you need to do, because the person is focused on whatever's inside.
Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with my chest, because we are people who carry. So I'm going to say this with my chest. I know some of y'all don't like guns, but for those of y'all who react confidently, understand when you go against a person holding a gun that's already pulled the trigger, you better be ready to pull the trigger.
Be ready. You better be. You better be ready.
Now,
you better be ready to pull the trigger quick too, and not just because them people
they're ready to
playing
die.
a video game.
They think, thank you. That's why I put it up
They
there.
on Call of Duty,
Thank you.
or you know what I'm saying, GTA or something, and they running around and they popping as quick as whatever they see, they gonna pop. So if you want to defend yourself, but you have every right to defend your own life. I ain't gonna tell nobody whether to defend their life, how to defend their life, except for whatever is necessary.
Right.
So if you do carry, and there's a situation, you definitely, and if the person has already shot somebody, you definitely want them you want to take them down as quick as possible, and they don't always have armor on their legs or in their groin.
Now, we're not telling y'all to shoot to kill. We're telling y'all to neutralize the situation so everybody can be safe. But a lot of y'all, there are some people who have lost their lives trying to tackle a gunman. That is the most. Listen, we're not on movies. There's no do-over.
No, you kung fu.
We're not. There's no do-over. Now I've seen some people that can tackle a gunman, take the gun from them, but the gunman is going to have more than a gun on them. Most of the time in mass shootings or incidences, they have more than a gun on them.
I mean, you need to be prepared. You need that muscle memory because, again, like she said, you don't want the clock to stop. You don't want to freeze. You want to assess, and then you want to act. You know what I mean? And you want to do that off of training. You need to enact these things out, because if you don't, then again, you're more or less subject to think of 40,000 things you can do at once. And
I want you guys to understand lockdown, because y'all, there's people had a hell of a question of lockdown. When the police runs in and they start calling sheriff office or they start calling whatever PD, we're in Norfolk, so when they start calling Norfolk PD, this is Norfolk Police Department, call out. When it's a lockdown means you still hear gunfire and the police is coming through. When that happens, you need to call out how many people around you, and you are, we can't call you victims, but you are people, innocent people. Call out, put your hands up. When they go on lockdown in the building, there are some of you who get up, who are carrying and get up, whether you're doing it legal or not. You get up and you're hostile. You're going to jail or getting shot.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. If you didn't take action already, even if you did, when they come, put your joint away, put it on the ground, whatever you gotta do. You know, see if you can conjure up a few tears. Because even the police know they got a problem with somebody, right? So, and go on about what you got to do.
I need you guys to understand the lockdown, because some of y'all are saying the way they come in is hostile. It's a hostile situation. Why are you using tense force against people who are coming in trying to neutralize the situation? Now I'm gonna tell y'all a little something about neutralizing the situation. When there is a unknown gunman and the force goes in. Why are you laughing?
I'm not. I was honest.
When the force goes in, I thought you were laughing is what I just said. But when they go in,
I was about to say, go ahead.
When they go in, when they see neutralized, they don't know who the gunman is. So they don't have a suspect got on all black with body armor. They don't know what's going on. So every single person is a suspect until you call out. Not your name. I was shopping in Debs. It's simple. Stop being hostile when you don't need to be.
And sometimes I know if people get hysterical and then they start to order you around. I remember that happened to me. Job Corps, when I was young, I was in Job Corps, and they had a riot. Yeah. And I was out in the middle of the riot, and there was a lot going on. And when they finally got things calmed down and everything like that, I stayed calm the whole time, because I had to watch my back and I had to pay attention to what was going on. I had to face a few people, you know. So like when the RA came, the top residential advisor who came and was like getting everything straight, calming everybody down, talking and stuff. He came and it was like he was barking an order at me. I guess I was kind of still.
In the moment.
Yeah, dazed, honestly. Like, I was still there. Like, I was like, this is crazy. And he was telling me to do something, I don't know. It was like, womp, womp, womp. You know what I mean? But then he yelled at me, and when he did, I just flipped out. You know what I'm saying? My friends and them had to hold me from fighting.
Do you know what that was? So when you go into a dangerous situation and your blood is pumping and adrenaline is in your blood, it takes 2 hours for you to be able to hear and think correctly. So imagine y'all being in the middle of that kind of situation where everybody running, people going on the ground dying, you see bullets flying, and your first thought is what? Get the hell out of here, right?
I gotta live.
That's your first thought. So not only do you have fear, do you know that fear paralyzes us and takes over our chemistry in the brain, and dopamine overfloods us. And by the time the dopamine overfloods you, what happens is your hearing gets to high pitch. The only thing you hear is pop, pop. Which is why when I hear gunshots, I automatically stop. My kids stop. I stop because I'm trying to figure out if that pop is pop, pop, boom, is nearest. If it's pop, 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 it's far away somewhere. Y'all gonna be like, baby, so why are we talking about this? Because even in your neighborhoods, when you have gunfire going, your children should have the common sense to know when they hear pop to get away from the window. I don't care if it's just a firework. There are some kids that run to the window.
Yeah. yeah.
Let's talk about this 360 rule.
Wait, I want to say something about that too, because I had to practice that with the kids.
Right.
Because, my youngest, she was staying with her grandma, and when I got another place, I brought her in and stuff like that. The first night, yes, I was. You already know. That is downtown, East End. So, her first night there was a gunfight. I'm talking about for about 4 or 5 minutes after the gunfight, there was still smoke in the air.
Yeah.
Like her first 4, but we had already trained like her girls.
Right.
So so they all just immediately hit the floor.
Right.
And they come crawling in like military and stuff.
Right.
Cause she's like, get down, girl. So they had to tell y'all to get down. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember?
Get down. So that training, cause it helps. Like when you constantly have to be told to do this.
Do you remember when we were at 411?
Like that.
And the guy was shooting, and automatically Baron Gizmo hit the ground, and they were arming Carl, and you were laughing because you was like, I didn't expect them to know that. But when we lived in Ireland, gunplay was nothing. They taught you how to do that because of bombs, not because of gunplay. So them hearing shooting, it scared them, and they was shook. But they knew.
But they did what they was trained.
They knew to get down.
They went to their muscle memory, just took over. They went to what they was trying to do. That's what I'm saying. It's a good example.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, so
He gonna take about 360. It's on the page.
listen, 360 rule is it's when you identify 3 hiding places, right? And you sit in one for 60 seconds without a sound.
Now hold on. I'm pausing. This is for you to train your kids to know before something happened, not while it's happening. You need to do this twice in a month. Wait a minute.
And because in some cases, the only choice you really have is to hide when there's no way to the exit. Or
Wait a minute, not twice a month. They can do this 3 times a month, because we live in some dangerous places right now. 3 times a month. Go on time. What they gotta do? Why are you laughing?
Okay, so you gotta walk around your crib, like your house or the school, whatever where you're training. You gotta walk around the regular places and search and look for good places that you can maybe fit. And if you're quiet, no one will notice you or think to look for you.
We talking about your house. We ain't doing the schools and everywhere else now. We talking about your house.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying the school, like, cause some of us got school at home, but so you look at large furniture and stuff like that. Look for ways that a kid can hide. There used to be a game in my house when I was little. I was hard to find. So you say aloud where you go. If I'm in the kitchen, I go out the back door. If I'm in the hall, I duck into the coat closet. Like that. If I'm in the bathroom, I take this crawl space hole in the, under the sink. You know what I mean? Like you say where you go. So things have to be said out loud because kids need all their senses engaged to help them remember better.
Now I'm about to baby whisper this. I want you to before you tell your kids where to go. I want you to put them in the middle of your house, whether it's the dining room, living room, and then I want you to say downstairs, I want you to 360 high. They're not going to tell you where they're going. I want you to do that first. Then, I want you to be in a place in the middle of the house where you can say, call out. They have to call out wherever they are. Now, I'm telling you what you're training them and what you learn, what they learning. You are the safety net in person. What they're learning is when somebody comes in that door and they call their name, I want you to say, this mama, this daddy, this aunt, this uncle, call out. You are teaching them when the police come in, say the PD, and call out, you're teaching them to call out. Now, they're not supposed to say their name. They're supposed to say, I'm a little black girl, black boy, and I'm hiding here scared, and come out with their hands up. This the baby whisper proof. Here we go. Now, why do they do this?
Because they don't want to get shot by accident.
Exactly. All right. What's the second part of the 360?
So know 3 fast exits, right? And name them often, right? You just now and again, often throughout the week, name those exits. The quickest way out ain't always the front door.
Nope.
Walk around your house, or wherever places y'all might frequent and say aloud where you go. Now, if I'm in the kitchen, I go out the back door, stuff like that, right? So, in this instance, the front door might be the quickest way out, or it might not. So y'all have to find places that are good exits, you know what I'm saying, especially for the kids. Like there's a low window right here.
Right. But I also want you to find upstairs. For those of y'all who got upstairs, you need to tell your kids, because if you live in an apartment building, going down those stairs is the most dangerous thing for them ever to do. Remember that. Because y'all front door is normally going to be in a hallway, or you're going to walk out to somewhere you still got to run down the hallway to get downstairs. So remember that.
Yeah. So, number 3. We're on number 3, right?
We on number 3.
We're on number 3, sure?
I'm working with you.
Number 2.
We on number 3, boy. Come on, here.
Just check and make sure you pay attention. So, don't influence fireworks.
Please don't.
You know what I'm saying? Loud popping. Don't debate. Just move immediately. Do what you need to do.
Put your damn phones up too. Listen,
Right.
I'm gonna interrupt you right quick. I'm gonna say this. We've had a lot of people get hurt lately because they done. I ain't got one. You must have got one in your pocket. We've seen people do incidences and then people do this because they want to have their clout, and then they get shot. Think, people, everything ain't world stuff.
The video, the
your last
video of you getting shot.
That's
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
Anyway, live stream of films is on death, I think is what the title she's saying.
It is.
So look, you can use a game, right? You can use a game during training, boom or bang. Bang or boom. You understand? Like, if you say bang, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that means it's really just some fireworks popping. If this boom, it's the real thing going on.
Other way around.
No, I'm saying you can say it don't really matter. You know what I mean? Y'all need to decide within yourselves what you hear and what it is.
Well, if you go to our session, which we do have this in a session, we teach you that boom is the fireworks and bang is the bang bang. Because that's what we say.
Yeah.
But there's also one more other thing we teach you. Y'all remember how the trucks backfire? Remember that? We just heard that the other day. And this one here would look at me like, I know that was a truck. And he all out the window like he ain't supposed to be.
Look, it's been so long since I heard a backfiring vehicle. You know what I mean? That I had to just look at it. I needed to see what the vehicle looked
now,
like.
but I'm going to tell you
realized.
something. I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes people disguise things too. Because you can hear fireworks and gunshots at the same time.
Yes.
You can hear backfire and gunshots at the same time because it's called masquerading the actual sound.
Right.
And people who actually want to do some damage is going to masquerade the actual sound. It takes us 15 seconds to call 911 in an emergency situation. It takes them an extra 5-minute response, which means how many people can be killed?
500.
Within those, what would I just say? 15 and 5 is 20. Within 20 minutes, how many people can be killed?
2 minutes.
Okay, so we're going to cut this off because we actually have a session, and the session is called Lockdown. It is for, let's make this clear. There's a session for the family, there's a session for the business, and there's a session for the school. It's called Lockdown. Inside of this description, if you don't be too lazy, you can fill out a little, what's it called? Form? You can fill a form.
You can drop your email
and fill a form out.
And your name.
And you can get a session book for your family, for yourself. Now, for all y'all communities that are having problem with gunplay, we do have a certain thing that we do to come into you, for you to do. Now, I know somebody dropped nothing about churches, about religious gatherings. Do we feel comfortable going into other places other than churches? We walk with God, so wherever we go, we bless. So we will go in and show y'all training as well. Fair enough?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, we're going to answer the one last question, then we're going to go. Because we got other stuff to be doing too, y'all. So, the last question of the day is, can teenagers understand that school incidences and mass shooting is not a glorified way to go out? That's a loaded question.
It's simple, right, when it comes down to it, because it's really, they can understand it.
But can comprehend it?
At times, there are ones who can understand it, and those ones who are already brainwashed. So you got to pay attention, man, because people, especially abused people. Let me tell you something about abused people, because the bullies, we talking kids.
We talking to parents and kids.
We talking to teenagers, though, right?
We talking to parents, kids, teenagers.
Listen,
No.
The bullies and they're garbage. Let me just put it like this. They are the reason most of the time for the school incidences. Mm-hmm. The teacher bullying, mm-hmm. The teacher-led bullying. I've seen it from myself. I've been a victim of it myself, so I know it's been happening. So don't say, oh, these days. It's been happening.
Wait a minute.
So,
but we got a whole video on that ain't got nothing to do with that. But he talking to y'all that it's not glorified.
It's not.
It's not a way to go down.
Here's the thing about it, though. Some of these kids don't understand that, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Some of these kids, they just don't understand that. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because mentally they've been broken. And you don't even realize. You send your kid to a torture chamber for 8-9 hours a day. And then they come home and then they can't even talk to you anyway.
Excuse me, 10. He upped it. 10 hours now this year.
So still, that's a lot of time. And then day in and day out, Monday through Friday. And then every day you got to be expecting, and you got to be anticipating that you're going to go. And that's even more stress. So
I think the anticipation is worse than actually being there. So
one who then engulfs themselves in these little games or these other little things that capture them and just start them thinking, hey, I should do this. Mm-hmm. And they're weak. I think those ones need mental help, and I think we need a system to catch them before they go down. Mm-hmm. You understand? So, I just wanted to make that clear, because everybody, some of them just idiots, man, okay? Listen, but some of those are actual injured, wounded people who are victims as well, and it's hard for you to see them that way once they strike back.
The reason why I let him answer that question is because y'all keep thinking that because the person is an adult, the mass shooters, because most of them are adults, we've learned that we've had mass shooters as young as 16. They all dealing with this same exact thing. Y'all keep talking about mental health. Mental health has something to do with it. But look where they have came from to get to where they're at.
Look at the cause of the mental health.
This is the effect. The cause
Stop paying attention to yourself.
has made the bigger effect. It's the baby whisperer. And the family brought in Chuck. Now, he might be up here for the second part. I might be up here for the second part. When I talk about the second part, I mean the week 2, because we're not doing the second part to this. This second part to this is come and hear us do the hour-and-a-half training with a workbook. The workbook is only when you do the session. It is not sold in the stores separately. Why? Because you have to be in the middle of the training in order to know the workbook.
Otherwise, it's not going to do you much
Otherwise, you're just spending. And we're not those kind of therapists. Yeah. But I'm ready to go. You ready to go?
That's what I said. I thought I was helping you. Let's go.
He ready.
I got 3 more videos to do.
We got more than that. We got 17 to do. All right, y'all. If you whisper, wait. Yeah, we in the right room. If you whisper,
we will hear you.
Yeah,
We're here.
You sure?
This time.
Click on that link.
You kiss it.
Yeah. Good guys whispering, we hear you loud. Move in the shadows, but you still stand proud. Ain't here for clout, you ain't chasing no crowd. Truth in your step, that's how you wear the crown. Good guys whispering, we hear you loud. Whole room feel it when you don't make sound. They try to write you off, but we don't allow. Solid in the storm, still you hold your ground. They told you make noise, now that's all a disguise. Real ones move smart, don't get caught in the lies. You build when it's dark, keep the blueprint tight. Ain't chasing the fame, just protecting your life. No stunt for the gram, no cap for the net. The weight on your back ain't broke you yet. Stand firm in the rain, through the heat and the cold. The good guys whisper, but the whisper.
And I storm in, but don't yell, I don't yell. I form and move like a wave when the winds start warning. Soft voice, hard shield, queen of the field. Don't mistake stillness, that's when I'm